I can't hear you. All right. Well, it is 11:30. We are going to get started with our Bring Your Beauty Business to Life with Style and Color. I am so glad that you guys are here. This has been a passion of mine for the past 3 years, you guys. And I'm really excited about what is brewing and what is coming. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, truly, that you are taking time out of your schedule to be here and just learn a little bit about what it is that we are doing here and if you want to be a part of it. So, thank you for being here. I'm going to go over some of kind of what we're going to cover next. And that is, hold on. There we go. All right. The technology was lagging a hot minute here, but I am super excited about is we're gonna do a little intro today, and you guys can get to know me a little bit. Some of you don't really know me. And then we're going to talk a little about what we're going to learn, why color and style really work. And then I'm going to give you some examples of appointments and some testimonies of appointments that I have done over the past 3 years, some testimonials of some people that I've worked with. And then we're going to talk about a path forward. And that will lead to the course that I'm developing called The Shortcut to Color and Style Success. That'll be launching in January. So I'll give you all the feedback about that. And then, of course, we're going to do a little Q&A. All right. And so, because I want you guys to have a chance to ask me any questions that you want and get those answers here today. I have Team Trumpeting Color kind of behind me today. And so Miss Caroline is in the Philippines. Say hi, Caroline. And Miss Chelsea is a dear friend, and she is in Phoenix, Arizona. And so they are going to kind of be the behind the scenes for me, and they are going to be able to, help answer questions. And so please put any questions that you guys have in the chat. They will make sure that I see them. All right, as things kind of come up and keep going. So the next thing I want to share with you is just who the heck am I? Because, like I said, some of you know me, some of you do not know me. But my name is Andrea Mead, and I have been passionately building my own color and style business for the last about 3.5 years. And I love color and style, and I really truly believe that it is a game changer for can be a game changer for so many people. So I'm going to kind of take you back a little bit 3 years ago when I started. It's more like 4 years ago, honestly. I was I was bored, you guys. I was bored. I had built a Mary Kay skincare and makeup business for at that point about 17 years, and I love that business. And yet I sort of was lacking some creativity and some inspiration. And frankly, I wanted to make some more money. I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but I really was sort of burned out and I was uninspired. But I loved what I did, you guys. And I don't know if there's any of you out there that feel the same way, but you just need something more. You need something a little different to kind of give you a little spice. All right. And so here's where I found myself. It's 2020, you guys, and I am sort of feeling this way. And I think a lot of us were feeling that way, especially in 2020. And I was sort of tired of the hustle. I was tired of like trying to like go after new business and create new lead magnets that could bring clients to me so that I could share my products with that I absolutely loved and totally believed in. But I just was tired of that hustle. So I had a friend who actually recommended some color analysis. And you guys, was like enamored by the idea of color analysis. I just thought it was super exciting. I wanted to know for me, like what would look best on me. And honestly, I wanted to be someone who was like sitting in the chair. Do you know what I mean? Like having someone like see me. And I had spent so much time like serving and I love doing it. I love helping women see their best and feel more confident in their skin. That's a passion for me. But I kind of wanted someone to do that for me. You know, like when you go to the hairstylist and the hairstylist like does your hair in a way that you're like, oh my gosh, I love it. And you feel seen, right? And so I was really looking forward to that. You guys, I booked this color analysis appointment and I waited 6 months, 6 months in 2020 to do this appointment. My appointment actually happened October of 2020. So you know the state of the world, right? So I waited 6 months. I could not wait. I thought for sure she was going to cancel on me because it's 2020. She did not. And you guys, I spent $325 on that appointment. And I loved my appointment. I went, and when I sat there, I was like, I know a lot about skincare and makeup, but like whatever this woman says, I'm going to do because she's like the expert, right? Like I knew she'd been trained, I knew that she knew what she was talking about, and so I sort of like was like, yes, I will do whatever you tell me to do. And you guys, after I walked out of that appointment, I realized a couple things. I realized that I had waited 6 months for that appointment and I had paid her $325. And I realized that I really desired to have someone seek me out for the skills and the knowledge and the know how that I had. Because at that point in my life, I was initiating, I was going out and trying to find business rather than business finding me. And when I walked out the door, I thought I could do this. And this could be a game changer. And it would be a perfect marriage to what I currently do because I did not want to get rid of the business that I had built for 17 years, a very successful business that I had built for 17 years. That would have been silly. But I knew that I could pair it together and it would make a perfect marriage. And I also wanted to give my clients more. I wanted to be able to help my clients from head to toe because at that point I really only had the knowledge to help their face. Does that make sense? Like I knew how to make their face look good. I knew how to make their skin look good, but I wanted to be able to help them from head to toe and help them in more ways than just their face. And so if you can relate to any of that, you're in the right place because I'm going to kind of walk you through my personal journey and like how style and color analysis has been a game changer for not only myself, but the team that I've been privileged to lead. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about what you're going to go through and what we're going to learn today. We're going to talk a little bit about color and style analysis and how powerful of an addition it is to any beauty business. And you guys, when I say any beauty business, I really mean like if you're a boutique owner, I think this is a powerful addition. If you are a salon owner, I think this is a powerful addition. If you have been in maybe direct sales for makeup and skincare, I know this is a powerful game changer. If you, there's lots of different like partnerships that you can do with this in the beauty industry. But here's the other thing: this is a great standalone business too. If you just have a desire for helping women with style and color, maybe you just have a propensity for yourself, then I'm gonna walk you through why this is helpful for that as well. Next, we're going to talk about monetizing it and creating more avenues of income. That was one of the things that I really felt strongly when I decided to do this was like, I got more in me. Like, I know I could be making more money than what I'm making right now. I make good money, but I knew that there was more avenues that I could bring to my life if I just added some more skill. So next we're going to talk about formal training and why formal training matters. You guys, there's like a bajillion online quizzes and a bajillion ways to, sort of think Um, and I'm going to talk a little bit about why formal training is really important and walk you through because in my course, I'm going to lead you to a very specific trainer I've done the research on. There's a lot of companies out there that are sort of like getting in the game. Does that make sense? Because this is really a hot topic. And so I want you to know I've done the research on all of these trainers personally. And I'm going to lead you to the right one should you decide that this course is something you want to take. I've got the trainer for you, and you'll be excited about that. And then I'm going to give you some examples of the services that I personally have put into place for avenues of income, and then also some of the ones that my team has put into place. And I'm going to share some success stories with you as well. All right. So let's talk a little bit about why color and style work. Why do they work in this marketplace? The first thing I want to touch on is why color and style can work for you. So, I just shared my story with you in regards to why I started color and style in my business. And the thing that it does for you personally, if you are the one starting the business, is number one, it can be this great marriage to what you're already doing. In most cases, uh, what I find is that people that are drawn to this sort of already kind of live in the beauty and fashion kind of world, whether it's just personally or professionally or both. All right. And so it is this fresh, unique, and highly sought after industry right now. And so it's something that is hot. And so that brings people to you. It's a draw for you. It's actually a lead magnet if you're familiar with like buying leads and like getting connections with people and incorporating people into your world, if you've done that in any other fashion of your life, you know that it's costly. It's really costly to have that. People pay for leads, and what I'm here to tell you is that just having this skill and having this unique position in the world, it brings people to you. And so if you're tired of that like hustle and like going out and initiating and finding business and all of that, uh, I'm telling you, this is a game changer for you. Next, I think it really helps you personally to help your clients head to toe. I've referenced that already, but I got into a place where I just helped my clients with their faces, right? And I would get questions all the time, like, what about my hair? Should I do this with my hair? And I'd be like, I don't know much about hair. All right. Or glasses. I would get questions about glasses all the time. And I never really felt equipped to answer the questions because I didn't understand all the face shapes and I didn't understand all the things that I understand now to really provide quality uh, quality feedback for someone, and I didn't want to give bad advice, right? Like the last thing you want to do is give bad advice to your clients. And so I would just be kind of left with, those look really good, like I think you should keep those, right? Or I don't know, but I could do some research for you. And so it really has been this like gift to me because I feel so empowered to be able to help my clients literally head to toe. um, and then the next thing is the most unique thing happened, and I never expected this, you guys. But for me personally, I started doing these businesses or these services, excuse me, and I would pair my former business with my current business. So at the end of every color and style appointment, or specifically color appointment, I would do makeup for them. And what started to happen is that I started to be seen as an expert, not a salesperson. And you guys, there's a major difference. And I never realized this, but before I was seen as someone who just was trying to sell them something, frankly. But now I was seen as this expert and this person that had knowledge, and they were totally in because they saw in the mirror. I helped them see in the mirror what was working for them and what was not working for them. And they trusted me because I was able to show that change in their physicality, which is just colors they were wearing around their necks. And they trusted me at a whole new level. All right. So going from an ex or a salesperson to an expert, I'm telling you, is worth its weight for sure. So next, I want to talk about what adding color and style can do for your clients. So, your clients start to feel seen and heard. And when you have someone come sit in your chair and you are really sharing with them like what you see in them, it's this like intimate one-on-one experience with the person in your chair. And I don't know about you, but I've had very, very few of those experiences in my life where someone took the time to literally just um, see me for who I am, for what I bring to the table. And it's special, you guys. It is so special. And it bonds those clients to you in a way that I've never been bonded to my clients before because they know that I have their best interest in hand. And I think I wish that for every small business owner, they had that. They had that thing. Because what happens at that point then is they talk about you in such a pleasant way and they refer you to their friends and their family members. And it's worth everything that it takes to get this thing up and running. Uh, the next thing I'm going to talk about is you provide a standout service all of a sudden. It's a service that everybody is talking about in the marketplace, number one. But when you provide it for them, they become your raving fans. And one of the unique things that I chose to do was I chose to do group appointments, these mini sessions. And I'll show here in a few minutes. But it was one of the most unique and best things I could have done because what happens is I lowered the cost, which I'll talk about. And I go into depth in this inside the course, you guys. Like the pricing of all of this is like critical inch stuff. All right. But I lowered the price of these mini sessions, and they're just 30-minute appointments. Most of my appointments are 2 hours, but it allows for people to gather because everybody wants to do this with their friends and their family. And I tell people all the time in the middle of these appointments, you'll see more watching this appointment than you ever will sitting in this chair. Because when you're sitting in the chair, you're like in the hot seat. And so you are in your closet, you're thinking about what you wore yesterday that is terrible on you and what you need to throw away when you get home. But when you are there and you're watching your friend get this done and you see the change in her physicality and you're able to watch with a clearer mind. And so everybody loves doing these things together and it creates a bonding experience, you guys. And people become your raving fans and they refer you. And then they refer you again and they refer you again. And I want that for everyone that has a small business that wants to add some avenues of income and frankly wants a little creativity and something to inspire them as a business owner. So let's move on to monetizing these color and style appointments. All right. So I this is one of the critical inches, you guys. I get questions about this all the time. And so I'm going to give you some nuggets right now. So if you're like, wanting to take notes, this would be the time you want to take some notes. I'm going to go into depth on all the pricing and monetizing these things, but there's some critical things that I want to share with you today that I think anyone could just apply. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about is that when you start packaging these services with whatever it is that you do all right now, maybe you're just thinking about starting this standalone, and that's great. But I would really recommend that you add something to this. Makeup is like the most ideal thing to add to a color and style business. Okay, and so what happens is I now lead with color and style. I don't lead with my skincare and makeup business because there's such a draw, all right? So people are coming to me for this. There's so much information out there on what you can do with, makeup on your face and how to apply it all. And you can get some really great tips. Can you guys not like if you're googling like how to do this or how to do that, you can get some great tips from the social media influencers, right? But it's a little different with color and style. Yes, you can get some quizzes out there that that can point you in the right direction. But you can't get the personal touch, and you cannot get someone who really truly can identify your best colors and give you that individualized service that someone who's been through training can get. And when you match that up with, let's say, a makeup or skincare business, you now have a perfect marriage, because every appointment then leads to and sort of fills your other business. It drives your other business. And so you've got this great marriage that's starting to happen. Okay. And people are coming to you because there is a need in the marketplace for people that are professionally trained with their eyes to do this. One of the major things that I have discovered over time of doing this is there are people out there that take quizzes, and the common thread out there is a seasonal example of, like, you're either a spring, a summer, a fall, or a winter. And what they will tell you is if you have red hair, you're always a fall. And it's just like without fail, like every online quiz is going to tell you that. I got red hair, and I lean that way. But in my experiences, you guys have run into redheads that are not false. They just are not. In fact, I have an example. If you follow me on any social media accounts, you'll see this posted. My social media is Trumpeting Color on Instagram and Facebook. But you will see a post of a redhead who is actually the complete opposite. She is a cool. And that can only be figured out by someone who has a trained eye. Had she gone online, and in fact, she had gone online and she had done other things. She came in dressed like a worm. And when we started testing her, I was like, "Oh, actually, you are not a worm. You're an actual cool." And so she had to completely change her wardrobe, and she is loving life because she feels like $1 million. So if you want to see that post, you guys can scroll down on my Instagram and find it. um, I want to talk about pricing next. I touched base on this. I'll go way deeper in the course for this, but this is a critical inch. So here's a piece that I'm really going to talk about today. So one of the things that I think is important when you are pricing your services is you have to know your target market. So your target market, my target market, is an everyday woman just like me, who wants to look good every day, right? But doesn't necessarily wear dress up every day. She might be in athletic clothes all day. She might be in jeans every day. She's not necessarily a high powered executive. Does that make sense? So what I did was I figured out what my competition was charging for appointments. And for my comparable appointment, I charged just under what they are charging for my appointment. All right. The next thing that I did was I created these group appointments. These group appointments then allowed me to, sorry, is everything working? Okay, I thought maybe I was like losing my internet. Okay, we're good. Um, but these group appointments, you guys, actually are priced pretty significantly lower, but I have a minimum of 4 people to book the appointment. And so it creates those bonding experiences, those times with friends and family that like are like madness for your business, because you create raving fans, and then they go out and they want to come back and want to have more appointments with you. And so I did that. But then here's the other thing I did. I leveled up my training, and I created some experiences that my competition cannot compete with me on. And they are priced just above what my competition is doing, but the value of these appointments far outweighs anything they could even touch, because they don't have the training. They don't have the very fine tuned knowledge of what I have to allow for these appointments. All right. And so creating sort of, a balance of both pricing underneath your competition and pricing just above your competition with higher value is where it's at, you guys. All right. The last thing that I would talk about with monetizing this color and style business is I created makeup packages that I promote at every single appointment. And so I touched base with this a little bit before, but I'm going to say it again here. When someone comes, they pay me for my service. At the end of that appointment, I am then giving them a customized makeover. And I talked a little bit about going from a salesperson to an expert, and this is where it really shines. At the end of these appointments, if they already have paid me for my services, what has happened is they will say, uh, "Can I take? Do you have this makeup?" And I'll say, "Yes, I have the makeup. You can like, there's everything is available for you." And they say, "Well, I'll just take it all." And you guys, I'm averaging another $150 in sales through makeup per appointment. Okay. Some are more than that, a lot more than that. But I'm averaging about $150 per face. And what that has done has then created more new customers in my 20-year business now, and residual income. This residual income is then they're using the makeup up, you guys, and they're coming back when they need more, and they're referring their friends. And so it creates this amazing ongoing business that is coming to me, that I'm not going out and initiating and going to get. Okay. So lots and lots of things when it comes to that. But I wanted to talk about like the examples of the services that I've added next. And I want to give you some just examples of those things and some pictures here to look at. So the next thing I'm going to talk about are our mini sessions and our classic color experiences. You guys, I smile so big because I just did this appointment last week. It was a group of hockey moms. And they get together every year. All their boys play hockey together, and they love it. And they bring the new people in, like all the freshman moms come in, and the senior moms are like mentoring them. It's the best thing. It made me want to like honestly made me want to have a kid that could play hockey. But we did color analysis. So I did color analysis on all these women on that particular night. They're half-hour appointments, and we just had a blast. We had an absolute blast, and they were taking pictures. And they were like, "We have to take one with you." I was like, "That'd be great. Let's do it." So you can see some of them have their colors on, and I joined in the picture. So that was an example of a really fun mini session. The next person you see here is a before and after picture of a really great gal that came for a color analysis. And you can see I always take a before picture and I always take an after picture. I want you guys to look at the difference in her skin tone. Like, it's bananas. The difference in her skin tone is like, it's amazing. And she just loved her colors. She's actually in our soft color code, and she's been loving wearing her colors. Okay, I gotta take a drink. Sorry, guys. Okay, next, I want to talk about the style experience. That is another appointment that I miss you. Excuse me. um, that is another appointment that I offer, which is called our style experience. This is where I help a woman with her clothing. So she actually brought all these clothes, and we put together this outfit. We talk about your majority lifestyle and your minority lifestyle. And what I mean by that is like, how are you dressing? Are you dressing up most of the time? Or are you dressing down most of the time and want to look great? And we formulate your whole closet around your majority and minority lifestyle. And we really work with your proportions, with your body scale, with the lines of your face, to make sure that your accessories are complementary, that are creating visual harmony, that your clothing is creating visual harmony with proportions. We go into all of that. You guys, this has nothing to do with weight, by the way, like nothing at all. And so I love doing these appointments because women's bodies change, frankly. And I think it's one of the things that women get insecure about. And when you work with people and really help them to dress the body that they're in and look great, you can look great at any size that you are. You just have to learn how to dress your body and work with the proportions. And so these are one of my favorite appointments to do as well. Next, we do some closet audits. These are really fun and they're different for everybody. So you can see me here with a girlfriend of mine. We did a closet audit for her. She really need me to like come in and like go through her clothing and get rid of stuff. She's like, I have too much stuff. I don't know how to get rid of it. Can you just come in and help me do that? And we'd already done her color and her style, and so we did just that. We got rid of lots of things. This is the to go pile. This is like it's out of here kind of pile. And so, but the other picture that you see is I went into a gal's closet after we done style and color for her, and she didn't know how to put outfits together. So I used her clothing and we created these outfits out of the clothing she already had, to make her feel great and proportioned and in the right colors. So that was a ton of fun. Okay, the next thing that I offer are the fabulous face appointment. You remember when I was talking about how I would get questions about how do I do my hair? Like, how should I style my hair? Is my hair the right length? Should I do something different? Um, that's what how this appointment was born. So after I learned face shape and what face shape you should have with your hairstyle, as well as glasses and all of that, I developed the fabulous face appointment. And this is great because people really want to know makeup, but they also really want to know the other things like hairstyle and glasses and face shape, but also jewelry. Uh, this goes into some style things, but the lines in your face really contribute to the type of jewelry that looks best on you, the shape of jewelry that looks best on you, and all of that. So you learn that in training, guys. Who knew, right? Uh, Next, I want to show you some very dialed in appointments. These are the appointments that I talked about that I leveled up on. And one is called our personal branding experience. And I'm going to show you a video of my friend Chelsea. And then, yeah, and she's on today. She's team trumpeting color behind the scenes. So if you can see her, you'll see Chelsea in this video in a second. And then you'll see my dear friend Megan. We did a custom color palette experience for her. And you guys, these are experiences that are leveled up and they're as individual to you as your thumbprint. Okay. They're very dialed in. And I'm going to talk a little bit about each appointment after I share these videos. So Chelsea's up first. So let's hear from Chelsea. Okay. Okay. We get to do your colors today, Chelsea. I'm pumped. So we're gonna take your hair color and your skin tone, and we're really gonna dial in these colors.
I love the Superstition Mountains, just kind of like Zion, because I think they're so majestic.
There's some pretty medium contrast happening in this Zion hike. Do you see this green and the white sky that happens
Mm-hmm.
in the valley to the sky? And do you see the remnants of that in that formal gown that I posted on here for you?
Yeah. So is that like I could do that?
You could totally do that.
Oh, I like this. Yeah,
Okay.
this I have this color. This was my very first color of Golden Goose shoes. Was this whole thing going on? Oh, maybe this is why I like Starbucks. I mean, I think the Starbucks cup
Yep.
alone is happy.
You
Yeah.
see how all of these colors are represented in here?
Yep.
And these are going to be your palette colors. Oh my gosh. Chelsea, it was so fun walking through your personal branding appointment. I have to give you guys some background on this because Chelsea and I have been working together sort of all fall. And Chelsea was sort of overwhelmed and kind of confused about how to bring her business to life. She is starting a business kind of separate from what she's been doing, and she kind of didn't know how to bring her brand to life. Does that make sense? So, when you have to bring your brand to life visually through a website or those sorts of things, it's sort of hard. And so, what happened was she realized that through this branding session, that she could allow her website to sort of be neutral and sort of be the colors she loved that were congruent with her. But Chelsea is the pop of color. Chelsea's personality is her brand. She loves hot pinks and these coral colors and all of these things. And what she was able to do through this appointment was she was able to go, wait a minute, I get it now. I'm the personality. I'm the color that I am bringing to my brand. And you guys, she literally went home that night and she messaged me. She's like, the website's done. I got it all done. It's figured out. And I was able to implement it because she got the pieces and the nuggets that she needed from this personal branding experience. So that's been a super fun appointment that I've been able to recently add and have a ton of fun with. So, next, I want you to meet my friend Megan. So, here's Megan. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is Megan. This is our custom color palette experience. This is for someone who really wants to go from like being in a category of like 4 or 6 out of the entire word. Like, how do we put people, like God's creation? How do you put God's creation in 4 categories from of color, right? Like, it's really hard to do. We do it all the time, but it's really not dialed in. And what this color experience does is it customizes it to you. Do you guys see these pictures? So one of the things that I did this for Chelsea, and I also do it for Megan. We did Chelsea's virtually. So you can do these virtually. For those of you who are like brainstorming, like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? You guys, you can work all over the world, like literally all over the world. But you also do this in person with people as well. And what I have people do is you pick pictures from nature and art and architecture and interiors that are visually pleasing to you. And what happens is not only do we take into consideration your physicality, your hair, skin, and eyes, but we take into consideration your likes, your visual preferences, your personality style, how you show up in the world. It shows up in these pictures, you guys. And that is why we are able to get granular with what your colors really are and what they look like. And I will tell you, I think if you asked either one of these gals, they would be like, it was amazing, and because it really is, people see you actually get to see someone represented in color and in their visual preferences. So it's really a cool experience. Okay, so those are some of all of the experiences that I've really added and my team has added to start this color and style business. And so all of those create avenues of income. All right. But I do want to address why training matters. All right. So inside my course, Shortcut to Color and Style Success, I want you to know that I am going to lead you to the best trainer in the world. Truly, bar none. Like, she's the goat. And so I think training really matters, you guys, because um, when you have a trained eye for this work, you show up differently than if you're just sort of winging it. Like, there's imposter syndrome is like a real thing, you guys, and there's a lot of information out there on the internet, and a lot of people sort of just kind of shooting from the hip because this is hot right now, right? But I want you to know that having the right trainer gives you so much support. And so once you decide that you want to do the course, I'm going to lead you to that trainer. All right. And my course is sort of independent of training. So my course will be one thing, and then you will sign up for training, and that will be an expense that you choose to add to your business. But I want you to know I've done the research. So, and I've kind of got some knots on my head about this. Like, there's a lot of people in the marketplace that are sort of training on color and style, and they're trying to capitalize on a really hot market, you guys. And sometimes that brings a lack of integrity. And so, what I want you to know is that the trainer that I'm going to lead you to, number one, is the best in the world, and number two, is way cost effective, way more cost effective than some that I've seen. So I want you guys to know that up front. But I want to talk about why training matters in specifics. So number one, it builds your confidence. When you know that you know that you know that you know something, you're not, there's not this guesswork about it. Like your confidence raises, and when you have a client in your chair, you can feel good about what it is that you're telling them, and there's integrity there, right? Like you know what you know. Next is credibility. I mean, credibility goes a long ways, especially when you're talking services, right? When someone's paying for a service, they're sort of endorsing. They're saying, "I endorse you." Like they're saying, "I think you're a credible person to provide this service," and so and only the only way you can be credible is if you're trained. All right. The results for the clients, you guys, I would just never want to be a part of providing misinformation, right? And so when you are confident and you've been through training and you know what you're doing, the results for your clients are exponential. And that leads to referral business, and it leads to expanded services down the road that serve you for a lifetime, and serve your clients for a lifetime. And the other thing that happens is there's some partnerships that happen when you are good in the market and people know that you're good, and there's this word of mouth thing that starts to happen. People want to work with you and people want to partner with you, and that brings on even more additional avenues of income. I've partnered with boutiques, and I've partnered with people that do affiliates. So there's affiliate credits and commissions that are paid out once you sort of get some grounding underneath you, and that all adds up to more clients and more revenue, and more avenues of income for you. All right. So I want you to meet my team next. These are the incredible women that I've had the privilege to work with over the past 3 years. And they sort of stretch all kinds of avenues. Their businesses are sort of side businesses in most categories. So we have women that work in agriculture. We have women that one woman's a probation officer, and this is like her like fun gig, you guys. We have a gal who is a grandmother to like so many children, and she's got 4 kids of her own, and she is like doing the grandma thing a lot and helping her own children. And she also has a skincare and makeup business that she's ran for years and years. And we have a corporate woman, someone who works in the corporate industry and loves it there. But they also love this side business that they've been able to create for themselves. So I want you to meet one of them in particular, and her name is Becky. She is a wife and a mom to 3 boys, and she's a middle school teacher, you guys. The girl's like got it going on, and she has done amazing things with her business. And I've worked with her for about the past year. All right, she actually came to me. She heard of me, I guess, and she reached out and she was like, "Hey, I want to know what it is that you're doing, and I might want to be a part of it." And so we met for coffee, and she decided to open up the door. And I have a little video of her sort of success story. So let me share that with you. I am super excited to introduce you to Becky. Becky is a colleague of mine who I have had the privilege of working with on my trumpeting color team. And Becky, how long have we worked together? I can't even remember.
It's been a year. I just hit a
Year.
year at the end of November. Yeah.
I love it. I love
I
it.
really thought this fit in well with my makeup and skincare business. And then it also fit in well with sharing style. People have always looked at me and been like, "You're so well put together. Like, how do you do it? Can you teach me
That's
anything?"
so
And
true.
so this
Also,
is a way that I can teach people things, and also make some income and make a difference. In this past year, I need to look at my spreadsheet. In the past year, I think I served over, and this is gonna sound crazy, but it really is true with my teacher, everything. I think I served at least 80 clients,
mm,
and that is more than one a week.
yeah.
And I fit that in with my teaching schedule and with my life schedule, with my children's schedule, everything.
Oh my gosh. I love hearing her success story because it just brings my heart such joy. Because, this vision was really just to solve my own problems. When I started my when I started this trumpeting color business, and style and color business, it was really to solve my own issues. And to know that it's working for other people as well is what has really led me to create this course, because I get questions about it a lot. And Becky has just done an amazing job. And she's really been able to get out of this business what she's wanted out of this business. And she's actually furthering her education right now to add style to what it is that she does for people. And she's just done an amazing job. So, uh, all right. So where do we go from here? Where is the path forward? I've referenced this shortcut to color and style success course many times today. But what I find is that, a lot of times I get a lot of questions about what it is that I'm doing, because people have reached out to me for years, about, what did you do to do this? And what did you do to that? And honestly, like, the questions I get a lot is it even like, is this even possible? Can I even do this? And people just don't necessarily know where to begin. And so that's what my course is all about. My course is really created to give you this step-by-step guide to confidently adding color and style analysis without feeling overwhelmed or lost, because it's not that complicated. You don't have to make it that complicated, but I think we get in our heads, and like, if you're starting something from like the ground level, we don't know where to start sometimes. And there's all this complication, like, how do I set up an LLC, and how do I even need one, and is this even legal, like, can I do this, and where do I get the training, and who do I trust, because there's shady people out there, and just a myriad of things that I went through personally to get my business off the ground. And I just want to share. I have a heart to like share what I've done, and be able to gift it to everybody, because honestly, I believe this is such a great marriage to anything in the beauty industry at all, or it's a great standalone business. If you are like an entrepreneurial spirit and really want to start something of your own, then that this business is key for that, and it really helps you a ton. So, the shortcut to color and style success will cover a lot of the topics that we've talked about today. It'll talk about the marketing side of things. It'll talk about the pricing side of things, just the business aspect and the legal aspect of things, how to do those things. But it's also going to talk about the types of appointments that you can add, the market research of your market, and like where what to do and specifically in your market, and then how to partner what you're doing with this new thing. So some of you might be a salon owner, some of you might be makeup and skincare people, some of you might be a boutique owner. And so whatever that partnership looks like, we'll find ways to bring these things together and make both grow. Okay. And so let me give you the layout of like what this looks like and how we're going to do it. This course is going to launch on January 20th. It will be live. All right. So we're going to run this on, I'm going to teach on Mondays for 4 weeks. And I'm going to do a follow up, like hot seat Q&A kind of stuff on Fridays of that week. We will be supported with a Facebook community so that we can all kind of come together and answer questions. And I find that is like critical, you guys, like having that support network, especially when you're getting this off the ground, is absolutely key. And then you will have Voxer access to me. Excuse me. You'll have Voxer access to me 24/7 during the course time. All right. And so that is what I'm doing. And this is the pilot program, guys. So this is the first time that I've done this. And what I promise you is that you'll have lifetime access to the course. So any updates that I do going forward, you'll get all those updates, and you'll be considered a charter member of the Shortcut to Color and Style Success. Okay. So I told you a little bit about the start date. It is going to be January 20th. It will run for 4 weeks. If you guys decide to sign up today, all right, you're going to get my $1 million dressing tip guide. All right. And I'm really excited about this. This is one of my favorite tips to give everybody. And so you'll get it in the form of a guide. Once you sign up for the course, it'll be delivered to you in your mailbox. Okay. And it's something you can implement literally today, and give you a head to toe cohesive look, that I think they should teach this in schools, frankly, but not everybody knows it. So, all right, ladies, thank you for being on. I am going to open it up for some Q&A. So I know my team trumpeting color might be behind the scenes, and maybe has some questions that you guys can feed me, but you guys can, come off mute. I want to give you guys some time to ask any questions that you might have.
All right. We haven't had anyone send us questions in the back, probably
Okay.
because you're really good at all the details. Is there any questions at all that anyone has about the course or why you would want the course? If you missed any dates or how that works, the rollout of it, how you'll have access, any of that good stuff. Did everyone see the link that you can go look? If you look up above, well, I can post it again, obviously. There you go. There's that. Oh, Diana.
I have a question. If I want to direct somebody to this webinar, are you going to have that posted somewhere for people to go back and watch and then be able to link them to this course?
Yes, yes. What we're going to do, we're going to actually embed this on the stylist.trumpetingcolor.com website. And after we get that all done and uploaded today, we'll be sending out an email to all y'all that registered. So then you'll be able to forward that email on as well to everyone else. So thank you. That's first of all, it's such a great question, but also thank you for being excited to
For
share.
sure. For
Yeah.
sure. Awesome.
Andrea, do you see Brianna's question? How long did it take to get your first color and style client after you completed your training?
Oh, that's a great question. I didn't see her question. My chat is not up, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
you're
I'm gonna shut it. You'll just have to like feed me the questions if you can.
okay.
So Brianna, I would tell you, so I did training in August of 2021, and I was sort of mm, being visible. Like I was making myself like making people aware that were in my circle of influence that I was going to be starting this color thing. All right. And in September of 21, I opened Trumpeting Color, and I believe I had 22 color clients in the month of September. So it literally was like right now. And I did an introductory rate for all of those, which I think is key. It's going to be one of the things I'm going to teach inside my course. Like you gotta get your feet underneath you and get confident in what you're doing. And so you might as well, put the word out to friends and family that you're doing this thing, and allow them to come in at a lesser rate, right? And get this thing off the ground for you, because then they become your mouthpieces. The craziest thing that happened was one of my first clients went to Evereve. I don't know if you guys know what Evereve is. It's a national, I think it's a national like chain, clothing store chain. And they went in there with their swatches, and someone from Every watched them walk around with their swatches, and they were like, hey, we've been trying to get some people that do color analysis to come in and do something here. And she's like, oh well, I can connect you to my friend. And so the next week, you guys, I was in that store doing color analysis for their entire staff. And then they started referring me out to all of their clients that were ongoing clients. And that really was a game changer for me. So, yeah, it happened pretty quickly. Great question.
Awesome. Very cool.
Any other questions?
Michelle, do you have a question? Michelle's like, let me get this unmuted.
Michelle.
Okay. Hi, guys. Do you guys hear me?
Yes. Hi,
I
Michelle.
Hi. I don't have any question, but I just want to say something about Andrea. How a pleasure was in my life to meet this girl. We are friends, and we met doing some course, and she's so capable. She's brilliant and so competent, and I am so glad, Andrea, you are doing this,
Ah,
and so happy for you. And guys, you can trust this lady. She's amazing, and I am proof of that. So
oh,
just
you're
to
the
tell you that.
best. You're the
Yes.
best. Oh my gosh. Thank you,
Was
Michelle.
such a surprise, and I guarantee this girl know a lot what she does. I could see personally, and I'm sure this course will be a success. And congratulations, you did such a great job.
Oh, you're the best. Thank you for being on, Michelle. Love
Oh,
you.
you were welcome, and I always learn as well. So
Good.
thank you for inviting me, and I am so glad that you are taking this step, and I'm sure it'll be a very, very successful course.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. I think that is all the questions.
Wrap.
Yes. Is there anything else that you want to add? And we're even staying inside the time limit. Go us.
I mean, holy moly. How did that even happen?
Yes. Yes, yes.
Wonderful. Well, thank you all. I appreciate it more than you know that you took an hour out of your life to be on this call. And yeah, if you know anybody that you are thinking of that needs to hear this, we will have the recording and we can certainly send it out. So thank you all. That's a wrap. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.